Time for some more science, continuing with cells that we talked about the other day. Now we're looking into unicellular and multicellular organisms. We talked previously that the prefix is uni, uni, means one. So unicellular means just one cell. Multi means many, that prefix. So that means many cells. So we're talking about a one-celled organism compared to a many-celled organism. First, we need to decide, what is an organism? And an organism is something that is living. So anything that is living is considered an organism. You are an organism. Just going back, cells, that's the smallest unit of life that is classified as a living thing. It's a building block of life. Every living thing is made of cells. Now, we need to ask ourselves, do all living things have the same amount of cells? What do you think? So let's compare. So the structure, unicellular organisms are going to be found on the left side of your screen, multicellular are going to be found on the right side of your screen. So unicellular organisms, their body is made up of just one single cell. A multicellular organism, their body is made up of numerous cells. So you can tell the difference in these two pictures. The unicellular organism compared to the lion, which is the multicellular organism. So here is a flow chart with unicellular organisms on the left-hand side, multicellular on the right. So unicellular has one single cell, such as amoeba, bacteria, and parameciums. Multicellular organisms contain many cells. Those are going to be your plants and your animals. Remember that all organisms perform the same life functions. Growth, so growing. Movement, being able to move. Reproduction, which is making more of themselves. Respiration, breathing. Nutrition, finding the food. And excretion, which is getting rid of the wastes. So looking at this chart, again, kind of like a Venn diagram, unicellular on the left, multicellular on the right. So unicellular, made of one cell, they can survive as a single cell. Each unicellular organism performs all the life functions within it. Those unicellular organisms take in the materials directly from their surroundings. And those materials move freely around in the cell. Left-hand side, multicellular organisms. They're made up of one cell. They are not able to survive as a single cell because each cell has a specialized function. Your nose cells have a specialized function. Your eye cells have a specialized function. Your eye cells can't do the same thing that your nose cells do. Then they also have transport systems to move different materials throughout the body. You look in the middle, those are the things that they have in common. So both unicellular and multicellular organisms are made from cells. They perform all 6 of those life functions. They move, they grow, they reproduce, they excrete, they get rid of those wastes, they get the nutrients, and they exchange gases, which is breathing. So looking at some more comparisons, the specialized that we talked about. Unicellular carries out all their life processes within their one cell. But the multicellular has different cells to perform different life functions. When they're talking about exposure to the environment, the unicellular organism is just exposed to the external environment, to the outside environment on all sides. Only the outer cells in a multicellular organism face the environment. The inner cells are devoted to other functions. Think about it. Your skin cells, those are the outer cells on your body. Your skin cells are not your lung cells or your stomach cells. Those are on the inside. Those are performing other functions. Talking about injury. If a unicellular organism is injured because it's just one cell, it can cause the death of that unicellular organism. So the death of that bacteria, the death of that amoeba. Whereas in a multicellular organism, injury or death of some of the cells doesn't affect the organisms because they can be replaced. They can be reproduced. Size limitation. Unicellular organisms cannot get that big because they're all just in one little cell. However, multicellular organisms can be large because they increase the size of their small cells. They reproduce those cells. The lifespan. Unicellular organisms have short lifespans because they have to do all the work themselves, whereas multicellular organisms have a longer lifespan because each cell does something different. Regeneration. So well-marked capacity of regeneration is present for unicellular organisms. However, the capacity of regeneration decreases with increased specialization. So the more special it is, the less easy it is to regenerate. So time to test your smarts. Go ahead and stop this video, go to Kahoot, put in the pin, and let's see what you got.